From stranger danger to repairing ships and crazy ass battles. Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Top 5 Touhou Doujin Works. The series where I look over Doujin works that I or you guys have noticed throughout the week and had the need to tell you guys about it. So without further ado, let's begin the Top 5 Touhou Doujin Works number 32. Number 5. I'm sure when you were a kid, you were told by your parents, guardians, or teachers about being careful around stranger or stranger danger, as I was told back in elementary school. You never know what they'll do to you. Well, even yokais are taught this lesson, surprisingly. Going with a stranger, created by Touhou Doujin, is practically that. Even the title alludes to it. It starts simply with a sleeping Kokoro. Can't complain about that. And that's all well and dandy until we see a certain hermit, one that wants to cause havoc in the human village. That's not a good thing. Sega tries to lure Kokoro out, but our fellow Noah dancer was taught the lesson of stranger danger. She even resisted candy, and that's not an easy thing to do. Things take a very sharp turn once Kokoro learns who this person is. This is the shortest work in this list, but it's entertaining to the end. Sega, you forgot that Kokoro did beat Reimu, Miko, and Byakuren by herself. So she's not someone to mess with, that's for sure. Number 4. So we've all heard about Yuka and how powerful this flower master is. A Q wrote in great length of how powerful this girl is, and even Zune himself said she had abilities that was possibly the strongest. But to note that Zune made this comment in Mystic Square's manual, so obviously this is back in the PC98 times. While we don't know how it would translate to post-Windows era, it is something to still note. So what happens when this powerful yokai battles another powerful person? Shit gets real! Yuka vs Byakuren, created by, again, Touhou Doujin, suggested by Winter Driven. I should have paid attention to the artist before completing the list, but oh well. Given the title, you know who Yuka's opponent is. So it started off with Sanae battling Yuka, and Byakuren came out to help Yuka, on goodwill mind you. Yuka takes this as an insult and immediately switches target. Even Sanae is like, bitch, I'm getting the fuck out of here! Say what you will about Sanae, but that's probably the smartest thing she's ever thought of. And after that, it's just Byakuren and Yuka battling while a little side story involves the rest of the Miyurin crew. All in all, their battle gets intense, especially when both get very serious. And there's a sequel as well. So if you couldn't get enough action between the two, you got another word to read, which makes this even better. Number 3. So in Legacy, we know the main culprits behind the whole thing were Junko and Hekichiya. They both wanted a piece of Chungai. Although their revenge would be a little harder since Chungai is immortal, but they don't need to know that. I think anyway. Regardless, this next work will show us how they reacted after their battle with the heroines. Beautiful and Elegant Girls Night Out, created by Makuwani, begins with Hekichiya and Junko chilling in a small little cafe. One that's operating in the dream world, mind you, also owned by Yarormyr. So in the cafe, they talk about devising a plan to kill Chungai, but this time taking into account of the girls from Ginsokyo. In order to counter everyone, Junko suggests a filling the moon that both Earthlings and Lunarians would hate. And her answer is shit. No, I mean it literally. She wants to fill the moon with shit. I mean, it could work. The smell and look would certainly affect both parties here. Hekichiya suggests missiles to drive them out. I didn't think it was a bad idea, nor did Junko. Junko gives an elaborate plan with the missile, and let's just say Hekichiya isn't a fan of it. As always, simple is best. A pure, more primitive form of life force. If we come bearing a time-honored symbol of life, we can definitely cut a path through them. Junko! Beautiful and elegant! Get your mind out of the gutter for just a second. God damn it, Junko! I'm becoming a big fan of yours right now. But yeah, I'll leave it there as there's more hilarious jokes involving these two that you guys should check out. Number 2. When it comes to the Miyurin crew, they have one hell of a ride called the Palanquin ship. It functions as both a ship and a temple. Now that's eco-friendly. I think I used the term correctly. Anyway, the ship is very important to the Miyurin crew. So what happens when things go AWOL for the temple? Can, created by Fuente, suggested by Jose, starts with the girls looking at the ship. When Byakuren fuses her powers into the ship, it explodes. Well, it certainly didn't hold back, that's for sure. We then get a cut and see that we're in Magi, and Byakuren explains the situation to Shinki. They were able to retrieve the pieces in Magi, but some of them are scattered in Gensokyo. So Byakuren goes back, but Shinki comes along, which is cool to see. Except it turns into a rather painful situation for Shinki. Bloody fuck, Alice! Chill! You don't need to kick the shit out of your mother that quickly. And from there on, it's pretty much Byakuren and crew searching throughout Gensokyo and finding the remaining planks of wood. Although there's a twist as there's snakes in these plankings, changing its appearance to whatever the user desires the most. And this gets even crazier when you learn that Nue did it, but not only that, Tei's behind it as well. So Gensokyo is practically fucked with these two duo together. So yeah, if you want some shenanigans caused by Tei and Nue, you can't go wrong with this. Number 1. So this last work is gonna involve Dormy in a main character role, plus a magician as well. Final Dream, created by Hex Annie, suggested by Shinigami Kenpachi, starts with Dormy and an explanation of who she is and what her job is. Her main job is to make sure no people are suffering from nightmares or abusing dreams, and she has one more rule that's not mentioned yet. We learn that Marissa has arrived in the dream world and the two are conversing. Recalling they haven't seen each other since Legacy, things get very serious once you start reading Dormy's mind. When I see people in their dying moments, I give them dreams to lead them into a peaceful sleep. And tonight, the one I'm seeing off is Marissa-san. I didn't expect her mind's reflecting to have such a solid form in this world, just like back then. And her case is a bit unique since we both already recognize each other, but I should give her a proper send-off like everyone else. So with mention, you can imagine where this is heading. So Dormy tells Marissa to recap her stories of her life in Gensokyo. Dormy knows full well that Marissa is gone, and she tries to send the magician off peacefully. But she can't. Instead, she tries to get Marissa to wake up, something she isn't supposed to do. And it was about to happen until Komachi comes into play. And that's when shit gets real. It's there Marissa learns the truth, that she's dead. I'll leave it at that, as this story has more to go through. As heavy as it is, do know it does end on a positive note, something I'm really glad for. I was not prepared for this. I went into this thinking it was going to be a fun time with Marissa in the dream world. Holy fuck, was I wrong about that. But I'm glad that was the case, as this was no doubt a beautiful work. Even with the tone it had, a definite must read if your feelings are prepared for it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which Joujin works are you going to check out later? Do you want to see Kokoro handle her stranger danger? Do you want to see how Yuka and Byakuren's fight turn out? Or do you wish to see Marissa in her final moments? If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe, or else Yuka might come after me next. And after reading that work, I know I'll be fucked if that were the case. Either way, this is Magi, and thanks again for watching.